Welcome to the Stop Over Drinking and Start Living podcast, where high-achieving, goal-oriented rebel women come to learn how to live a vibrant and fulfilling life without requiring alcohol to get through it. No labels, no judgments, no saying you'll never drink again. Just real proven methods to help you stop rebelling against yourself with alcohol so you can drink less and do more. I'm your host, Angela Mascenik. Let's dig in. Welcome to episode 268. Why do I like the buzz? Hey. Welcome back to the podcast. Listen, I asked you guys, what did you want to hear on the Stop Over Drinking podcast? And I am so delighted with all of your responses. So this is another one that somebody wrote in about why they want to hear more explored on the podcast around the buzz. And this was the question. Why everyone thinks you are over drinking because of some trauma in your life or some emotions you are trying to cover up. How to deal with over drinking because you simply love the buzz. And so this podcast is for you. Thank you for sharing that and wanting more information on that. And I've talked about the buzz before on the podcast, but I'm going to dive deeper into it today. So basically, when you drink alcohol, I'm going to explain what the buzz is, and then I'm going to tell you why you like it, and then I'm going to give you some solutions, okay? So the buzz is actually what happens when your body is trying to get rid of the alcohol in your body. So you drink alcohol, which is a toxic substance, and your body recognizes this. And so it goes into overdrive to rid the body of this substance that's now in it. And that's your liver working really hard and processing that alcohol out of your body. And that's the buzz that you feel. That creates that buzzy, fuzzy feeling in our head. And so that's what the buzz is. And, alcohol is a drug. And when you drink it and ingest it, you get that buzz. And you also, what happens is your brain releases dopamine, which is the feel-good chemical. So not only do you have this buzz you're noticing from your body trying to rid itself of this toxin, your brain has released dopamine, which is the feel-good chemical. So combine those two together, and that's that floaty, everything is awesome. If you're out, like I'm picturing right now, like out at a club or you're at a party and you've hit that buzz, right? It's like this, probably a drink and a half in, it's early in the evening, you're having a good time, you might be with your friends or something like that. And it's just like, everything just feels soft, and you're not thinking about things so much. You're just enjoying yourself. That is the mix of the dopamine and the alcohol trying to leave your body, which creates that super addictive, buzzy feeling. Okay, so not only that's what's happening, and that's why you're feeling the buzz. And the reason why you like it so much is because alcohol is a drug and it's addictive, and your brain releases dopamine, which we want more of. We're motivated to seek pleasure, avoid pain, and save energy. So we associate this, our brain associates this experience as highly pleasurable, right? Because it takes away a lot of our thinking and our stress and our negative feelings, right? And it's releasing dopamine at the same time. So it wants you to get more of that. That's where the addiction comes in. So when you're then in a different situation and you start drinking again, your brain's like, ooh, this is awesome. Let me release some more dopamine, right? Let's keep teaching you that we like this. Okay. So it's going to release dopamine. You're going to drink more alcohol and off to the races. Okay. So then we get addicted to it over time. The more often we use it, the frequency, how much we're drinking, a lot of different factors determine how fast you might get addicted to something. Okay. But fast forward, most of the people listening to this podcast have been struggling with alcohol for, 5 to 30 years, right? So this isn't something that, I just overdrank one weekend and here I am. This is something that's been going on for a while, right? You've trained your brain to really like this feeling. And I want you to understand sort of the science behind it. So you now start enjoying this buzz because it quiets things down and make things softer. You don't feel stressed out, right? It doesn't have to mean that you've had some undiscovered trauma in your life. It really doesn't. Most of us do because of our age and our life experiences. Everyone experiences, some level of trauma in their life or multiple traumas. But it doesn't necessarily mean that that's why you overdrink now. Okay. You don't have to make those connections, first of all. You don't have to have some deep emotional wound either. You don't have to have some deep grief or sadness or depression or something like that to get addicted to alcohol either, although those things do make you more predisposed to it because, again, of how our brain is programmed to always be seeking pleasure and avoiding pain and saving energy. Okay. So it doesn't have to have some deep underlying reason to why you like the buzz so much. It's the straight up is that alcohol is addictive. Your brain releases dopamine when you drink it and you get addicted to that buzz feeling. Okay. And when you want to cut back on drinking, your brain likes to tell you how much it likes the buzz, right? And so all of the thoughts that you have about why you like to escape, it feels so good, it shuts my brain off, all those reasons, if you think about it, if you ask yourself, why do I like the buzz? And then you listen to what your brain says, that will reveal why your addiction to it, right? It's helping you avoid something. It's helping you avoid what you're thinking about that day, the shit that's going on in your life, right? The most sort of insidious thing that happens, especially with women who gravitate towards this podcast or come into my programs, is that we have a lot of shit going on in our lives, right? A lot of you guys are working full time. A lot of you have families. You're, dealing with elderly parents and kids and high pressure jobs, and you might have a big life change. You might be going through a divorce, or your kids are going to college, or you have moved, or there's big things going on that you're dealing with, right? And that you've always dealt with. I mean, this is life, right? There's always something happening that we don't necessarily expect to or plan for. And so what happens is that we get all up in our head and analyzing this stuff and overthinking things, and we ruminate about the day. We play different conversations out that we wish would have happened better. We evaluate ourselves, we judge other people. We're involved in stressful situations, we're overworking, we're overdoing, we don't give ourselves enough downtime, and your brain is extra thinky. Okay. It's extra activated because of everything that you have going on in your life. And a lot of times people just want that to quiet down. Okay. They don't know how to manage their minds. They don't know how to take a hold of the thoughts inside their head and use helpful, healthy ways to manage overwhelm and stress and overthinking and ruminating. And so they turn to the easiest thing that they know that works, and that's drinking to get that buzz. Okay. And so what I want you to know is, yes, I understand that the buzz feels good and that you're telling yourself that you just really like the buzz, but it is more deeper than that. And it doesn't mean that you have to have a big trauma in your life. It's just, I've worked with thousands of women at this point, and including my own mind on this issue. And the reason why we like the buzz is because it quiets our mind, where it takes the edge off of difficult emotions. And it might just be difficult emotions that you're experiencing that day, right? Or you want to elevate the happier feelings that you have in social situations or on vacations or celebratory times, right? And so the thing is too with our minds and our brains is that we have to sort of regulate our dopamine output. So we're sort of out of whack when you have a lot of over drinking going on with our dopamine. So we need more over time, we need more alcohol to get that level of buzz that we enjoy. And sometimes we can hit that perfect balance, right? And sometimes we're chasing it. I don't know if you've ever experienced that before, but I'm going to go out and have this euphoric type evening, and it never happens. You're just kind of chasing that feeling. And, it's hard to see that when you're in it, first of all, because of the dysregulation of the dopamine that alcohol causes on a regular basis. And so to help re-regulate your dopamine levels and your natural feel good feelings that you get in just everyday life, we have to start by reducing how much we're drinking. And we also have to start doing things that give us less of a big dopamine kick. So I'm talking about things like, things that really make me feel good, like an ongoing thing throughout the day is like, I've been talking about redoing my porch outside. I sit out there in the morning with my coffee. I have these really pretty little lanterns and I light a candle, and it's like watching the color change in the sky, or listening to the birds wake up in the morning, or watching beautiful daffodils that just popped open flutter and, move in the breeze in the grass, and watching tree limbs sway in the wind, you know? Stopping and pausing and listening to a woodpecker in the distance, or watching the hawk. Okay, those little types of things, petting my dog, smell, pausing enough to smell and taste the first sip of coffee. Okay, noticing that my kid is giving me eye contact and smiling about something, celebrating my clients' wins, celebrating myself that I got my water in today and I worked out. Little things. They're little things that when you stop and pay attention and notice, you get a dopamine kick because you're appreciating these little things in your life. And so that's more regulated throughout the day. And when you can regulate that throughout the day and slow down enough to notice these things, you feel better. And then you're not seeking to get a huge relief at the end of the day. And you don't need a big wipeout buzz like you're getting with the alcohol. Okay. And that takes time to really downgrade or like down level that dopamine production. Okay. And so there's a new buzzword called you're looking for the glimmers instead of the triggers. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're trying to notice little things that make us happy, little things that make us feel good, little things that we appreciate. And then we feel that in our body, that releases dopamine and feel good feelings. And so we stay more even, and it's just not so dramatic. So like in the past for me, it would be like wake up in the morning, be pissed off because I had to wake up early, and I probably didn't want to be woken up that early. And then sort of resentful that I had to like work out before work and get the kids ready, and dealing with a hangover sometimes, going to work, being stressed all day, staying up in my head all day, being resentful about things that I had to do, little moments of like a win or nailing a project or doing a good job on a client presentation or something, and then more stress, right? And then, kind of like not even breathing, just like moving from one thing to the next, right? All day long, not giving myself any moments to pause and stop and appreciate and observe, right? Not getting any like kicks of dopamine or pleasure at all, rushing through lunch or overeating lunch, right? Or not eating lunch, depending on if I was being restrictive around my food. And then coming home from work and either stopping off at a wine bar to unravel myself before I got home to deal with the kids, right? So then I'm like basically like gritting and white knuckling my way through the day and dealing with all the stress and stuff, not managing my mind. And then I need alcohol at the end of the day to, right? So then there's a big letdown, like a big dopamine rush with the alcohol, right? That's a big up and down. And so when I get that big rush, I get the buzz, right? And then I finish out the evening, go to sleep. You're not sleeping well, you wake up, and your body has been trying to get rid of that toxic substance in your body. So you're waking up dehydrated. You might have heart palpitations. You might be sweating. You're not getting the rest that you need. And then you start your day with high stress. Your cortisol levels are up. And then, you're not regulating it all throughout the day. So then you come home from the end of the day and you start the cycle all over again. Okay. And so the key to sort of undo that is adding more pleasure into your life, little simple things that you're noticing, pausing and noticing throughout the day. And that's one of my specialties too, is this is the Alive AF program. I'm helping you become more alive and regulate this stuff so that you feel better throughout the day, and you're less likely to seek alcohol in that big dopamine / alcohol rush at the end of the day. Okay. And when you can do that, you don't need the buzz. You're not searching for that anymore because you've filled your bucket with your pleasure needs in a more even and consistent basis. And so you're not grasping for that buzz at the end of the day. And when you don't want the buzz, you don't want to overdrink, it doesn't become a battle or like something that you have to manage or white knuckle your way through or feel deprived about. Okay. When you learn how to take care of yourself and give yourself what you need throughout the day and in the evening, and you learn how to manage your mind, you learn how to deal with your overwhelm, your stress, you learn how to say no to things, you have more boundaries, you're taking care of yourself, you're tending to yourself, you don't need to escape anything with the buzz. I promise you. I understand. I really, really do. I know why, it's addicting. I get the whole buzz thing. I really do. And there's so many other things that you can enjoy that are good for you that can kind of give you that same effect, but not make you need to escape your life. All right. So I hope that explains why you like the buzz. I hope that helps you understand the buzz a little bit more and what you can do to help not need the buzz at the end of the day. And of course, I would love to help you inside my Alive AF coaching program. Now, to get a taste of that program, I'm inviting everybody to join me for my wine-free work week challenge that goes down on March 4th through March 8th, which is next week. It's free. And you can come in and see what I'm talking about and get some of this coaching and get your questions answered live and feel the vibe and the energy that we have collectively in that group of women who are wanting to change how much they're drinking. And I'm going to invite you in to join Alive AF. And I want to let you know now that I am actually going to be closing enrollment to Alive AF on March 23rd. So we only have about 3 weeks left before enrollment into Alive AF is closing down. So if you've been thinking about joining the program, now is a great time. You can join and get 2 months for free if you pay for a year in advance without the initiation fee, or you can go month to month if you would prefer that. And come in and figure this out. Learn how to become more alive. Learn how to gain more pleasure in your life so you're not seeking that buzz at the end of the day. Get direct coaching by me in support of the other women. Get all the workshops and the materials and the worksheets and everything that you need to navigate changing your relationship with alcohol inside Alive AF. And if you're not ready, join me for Wine Free Work Week next week so you can get a small taste of what it's like and then decide. But we are closing down registration in about the next 3 weeks. So don't wait, my friends. You deserve more in life than that buzz, I promise. All right. Thank you again for the questions. And we'll talk to y'all next week. Bye. I want you to check out angelamascenik.com/AliveAF. You know what it's like to have a desire to cut back on your drinking, right? You start to read books, listen to podcasts, try things, but you might not be able to yet put all the pieces and suggestions together in a way that actually makes sense and works for you. You might struggle with beating yourself up after an overdrink. You might get frustrated with yourself when you take 2 steps forward and then another 2 steps back, and get overwhelmed with what's right and wrong about your relationship with alcohol. Your friends tell you that you should be able to have just 1 drink, and it isn't a big deal. You might be white-knuckling through urges and resisting instead of peacefully processing them. And you might struggle with your identity as someone who has enjoyed having a lot of wine or alcohol in your life. It's around you all of the time. It's what you do and who you are. Well, after 5 years of successfully coaching hundreds of women through these struggles, I have created the Alive AF membership, where women like you can learn the basics on what it takes to cut back and reach your goals with alcohol, whether it is to just drink less or totally quit. And when you join, you will get the exact framework I used to change my own relationship with alcohol and still use today that has led me to be alcohol-free for over 5 years. You're going to get access to my resources, videos, and worksheets that have been proven to change and reduce how much you drink. Every day you can ask questions, share your obstacles, and get coaching and direct support on the challenges you will face with love and no judgment. Also, you will get immediate access to workshops like uncovering your alcohol identity and changing it, how to say no to things that don't support your new identity, or life or goals, aka boundaries. A workshop called Creating Emotional Agency, and another one, How to Manage Your Mind to Succeed at Your Goals, and more. Every month we have a brand new workshop. These workshops are filled with step-by-step prompts and instruction to help you create the exact relationship with alcohol that is best for you. My mission and vision for Alive AF is to be a hub of support and resources for women to come and learn how to do what is best for them and becoming more alive in the process. When you join, you're going to learn how to take care of yourself better, how to feel good and become more alive and go after the life that you really want. I want this membership to be affordable and an easy solution where you can get all the help you need in one simple place whenever you need it. So, no need to go read another book, find a new podcast, attend a free webinar, or go down the path of piecemealing it all together. Join Alive AF and have it all there in one place for you anytime you need it. So, go to angelamascenik.com/AliveAF and enrollment is open right now. See you inside.